Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to the KSR YouTube channel. It's a pretty nice day here in Florida. You know, you got to get a weather report from us down here. Partly cloudy, nice and breezy. Of course, that might be my fans. I don't know. I'm standing in the opening of the door, obviously. Thought I would bring you guys a project that our buddy Lee brought us that we raced in the Trans Am series with. Something I think everybody will be pretty excited about. It's a car that he's had for a couple of years. Just wants us to get it together, go over it. It's mostly together, like probably 95% done. And we're gonna kind of go through it, possibly do some tuning work on it, and then take it down to like FL2K in October. But I've got to get it out of the trailer right now, get an idea of some parts that we need for it. I think we need a few different things that I've got to order. They're going to take a few weeks to get here, so we're going to go ahead and get on that. But let's see what it is. I think it's pretty exciting. What you got in the trailer, Lee?
I got another car for you to look at. It's a yellow Dodge.
You guys know that Lee likes Vipers.
No.
Oh, it's another Viper.
Except this one only goes straight.
You got both flavors. You just hop in. I mean, gonna have all. You got a red car, you got a yellow car, you got a black one. So
like Skittles, the color of the
yeah,
rainbow.
we need to just park them all side by side and yeah, it'd be cool. So you guys can maybe see there's a little something going on in the grill here. Like you can't see through the grill. That's because there's an intercooler there and twin turbos hiding under the hood. So we're gonna get this thing unloaded, get it rolled back in the shop, and we'll give you guys kind of a once over before we start doing some work on it. All right, well, typical Florida. That last clip and this clip are literally 10 minutes apart, and it's raining. And I mean like pretty good rain too. It started thundering a second ago and I'm like, what the heck? Of course, it's right when we're trying to unload this Viper. But so you guys can see it's got a page in it. We don't need to see that license plate just yet because this car is not proven. That tag is actually from one of Lee's other cars. Gen 2 Viper. All right, I'm gonna get back to you in just a second. We can show you some more around this thing. Right, so bright yellow Viper. I mean bright yellow Viper. So let's go over what we got going on with this car a little bit. As you saw earlier, this is another of Lee's awesome Vipers. Bought this one not too long ago, and kind of tell it's got some skinnies on the front, which that's not normal for Viper. Big drag radials on the back, and it's got a chute on the back. Chute's actually looking kind of a little sad there, isn't it? Once it gets air to it, it'll pop it up. But we got a air to water tank there, our CO2 for our boost control. Got to change the battery because the car is actually set up for a 16 volt system, and that's a 12 volt battery just to power some things up. But the most interesting part about this car is it's got an automatic transmission in it. So for those of you that have any idea about Vipers, a Viper never ever came with an automatic transmission, ever. Pretty nice little fit in there. We got a race pack dash there, lightweight steering wheel. And there's one more thing. Well, actually there's two more things that are very interesting about this Viper. And I'll raise it up and get it to where I can show it to you. So as you may can figure out from those two holes right there, she's got a turbo or two on her. Yeah. And as you may be able to tell, those things are pretty serious. So they've got some ducting here that ties up to where it can draw air through there. I'm gonna see if I can flip these around backwards. I'm hoping I can, because then it kind of scoops the air towards the turbos. So the hood's open really weird on these Gen 2 Vipers. Pops up in the front, and then you lift the back up. No, that's it, that's it. It's definitely not the easiest thing to work on, because there's still a whole bunch of hood in the way. But maybe you can get a little bit better look at the turbo. You can see the plug wires are off of it. So we've got to kind of go through this thing. It is sat for a little while, so we've got to kind of just completely go through this thing just to make sure everything is good. The goal is to have it at FL2K later this year. I got a big dirt smudge on my nose, don't I? Yeah, there we go. So this thing, the engine was done by Nelson Competition down South Florida. Got a sheet metal intake, which I don't know if that's a Wilson's or a Hogan's. It's got a Wilson manifold on it, or yeah, Wilson manifold's throttle body. Some very, very nice work has been done to this car. We just got this car, so none of this work that is in here is us. But we're going to be going through it to make sure everything's pretty happy. It's got a nice Peterson remote oil filter mount on it that has a drive on it, and with this and a drill you can actually prime the oil system. I've actually got one of those for my Cutlass, and it's really sweet. So let's go up and look at the transmission underneath it. All right, we got us a Power Glide. And obviously we've got to do some stuff with some of this stuff. Got a billet bolt together torque converter in it. Look at that crazy flex plate there. That is wild. Super thick. Engine's got a dry sump system on it, which you can tell is a little leaky. So we'll try and figure out where that's coming from. May have to pull something apart to try and fix that. But the dry sump pump is actually built into a part of the oil pan itself. We got a Willwood race brake on the back to be able to fit the 15-inch wheels. And hopefully these axles are ready for some punishment, because we're about to punish them. This thing's kind of dirty up in here. Ooh, hello. I believe these are the dry sump lines, and the fuel line is over here. Yeah, that's the fuel pump there. Those have a drive shaft in it, which we weren't sure about. See how they did the inlet into the turbo there. I'm not a huge fan of the wastegate placement. I would have preferred it to be sticking off right here so that the inlet here, the exhaust would blow right at the inlet, kind of like I did on Mullet. That lets you have better control with the gates, but hopefully that's a pretty large gate on there. So hopefully it's large enough to overcome any discrepancies in the routing of the wastegate there, or the mounting of the wastegate. We got either a transmission temperature or it's a pressure sensor there. Got a spot for turbo back pressure right there. Actually, those are the water lines that run the back, the full length of the car. So yeah, this thing is supposedly pretty rowdy. It's made north of 1,500 horsepower at the tires. As you can tell, the turbos are pretty large on the thing. And we're gonna try and get it back up and going again and get it to a race pretty soon. Slow her down and see what else we can see on it. There's a turbo. So be sure and stay tuned to some of our later videos on this car, where we will be going through it, getting it up on the dyno, making some power up there, and then we'll be taking it to the track and we'll video that too for all you guys. So thanks everybody for watching and subscribing. Please give us a comment and a like down below, and subscribe if you're not already. See you guys next time.